Hey, guess where I am? So, career. I don't know. I'm actually in my normal place, but there's this background on which is looking pretty cool. So it kind of goes well with my hat, I think. Anyway, it's 2025. We started live stream again. This is our first. It's not live streaming though, is it? We need a new word. Streaming. Streaming. We start streaming again, but our long-term Playtime faithful, and I know you're there. You know who you are. We made a decision last summer to try putting the gigs out a week later. And there's a couple of reasons for it, which I'm just going to go into. First of all, it makes the gig night a lot less stressful because we're not worrying about starting exactly at the right time that thinking there's people waiting. Secondly, we can do things like tweak the sound quality and stuff like that so that you get the best possible sound on the concert you're going to hear, and theoretically that we can use footage from the actual concert to promote the concert before it happens. Now, any of you that have been checking our social media feed this week will know that hasn't happened. There is a reason for that. I'm in the final week of my PhD that I'm doing, and I'm just completely snowed under, so haven't had time to do it, and I apologize for that. But fairly shortly, hopefully, we'll be through that phase, and normal service, if anything we've ever done is normal, will be resumed. I do have a question though. If any of you got any strong feelings about wanting to go back to live streaming on the night of the gig, and why don't you just send us an email or a message, because we do care. And we just found last year that not a lot of people were watching the live streams as they happened. And when we did the survey about last year, we got a fantastic, very positive response that a lot of people wanted us to carry on videoing and streaming the concerts, but it seemed to be the case that most people watched afterwards. So if that is the case, then streaming it a week later should be okay with everybody. So yeah, let us know. We're very interested to know your views. We're going to have the discussion from our end of year podcast as to what was the best gig last year, and that's what's going to be the rest of this interval entertainment. And it's a nice discussion with Marty and Graeme and Mario. I think Mario joins some point through the middle of this, so he was late, which is not like him. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy the second half of the gig with the wonderful Konrad Wisniewski. It's the end of the year, and we have to do our 2024 awards. Does each one of you want to give your little summary of the year? What the year's been like? Start with you, Graeme. You seem to be nodding.
No, it's been good. It's been really good.
Do you know the picture of Playtime behind you is not? It's kind of tilting.
I don't know what's happening, if there's any comedy going on.
Yeah, it was better, but Mario, do you want to sum up the year?
Playtime year?
Yeah.
It's been a good one. Yeah, it's been a really good one. We did lots of streaming, lots of videos. We did lots of recording. We did put together a recording of the lockdown sessions, which is amazing, and has got really good response, reviews, and audience response and stuff. And it's been a brilliant year. And just when we thought that was it for the funding, we got some more, and that's brilliant because it means we can keep doing what we've been doing, which is really good. And yeah, it's been a good year. We've done some great gigs, had some great guests, people I never played with before, which is really cool. Yeah,
Wow.
it's been a good one. It's been a bumper
I'd
year.
say it's been in the top 10.
Top 10, definitely.
Playtime
Edged the top 10 so
like,
far.
strongly inside the top 10.
Of course, yeah, it was the 10th anniversary, wasn't it? So that was cool. Amazing.
Mario, you
Yes.
got anything you want to say in your summary of the Playtime year?
I second everything that Martin said, but I would like to emphasize the release of the Morse code through the lights as a highlight, and has been really exciting. It was a wonderful initiative, and it took a lot of your time and effort, and you did a stellar job on the mixing and putting it together. But it was a real correlation of our sessions, and I don't think there's anything like that in the world. I would say I haven't seen anybody else do the same thing, and because it's so unique, I think we should kind of celebrate that, because it is something that really changed our perspective in our lives during the lockdown, and possibly the lives of the audience as well. And it's come out as one of the best jazz albums of the year by Jim
And Scott,
the Scotsman. Yeah, so that was really cool, and I think a real celebration of something that was fighting stillness and doom in a creative way.
Yeah, and I'd like to say how wonderful our live audience are. They continue to be, and they keep supporting us and coming out, and I think it's really cool. It's a wonderful. It's like being part of a little community that's just very, very positive, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the community of us and this wider community of the audience, and there's other community of the musicians that come in and play with us. So altogether, that's like these three rings of cheese, different kinds of cheese on a giant cracker of joy. It's like a sort of snack, really good snack.
An excellent snack.
So should we move on to the awards? I know that it's difficult to keep the excitement contained.
I know. It's super. I unfortunately I can't see any of the three of you. So
Well, I mean, you can barely see anybody because they're moving so fast around. There's so much. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories so far. I'll just list the categories and then we'll go through them one by one. Best gig, audience member of the year, best guest, best crustacean. Well, there's a proposal for best crustacean-based solo, which we can discuss if it's in
best what?
Crustacean.
Like a lobster.
Yep.
Not just like a lobster.
Like
Well, I think
a lobster doing a bass solo.
I'm not sure. There was definitely a drum solo with a lobster at one point, and that's definitely got to be in the frame for that award. Anyway, we'll come back to it. It's just the agenda. Best solo, and that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you've got any other categories to add, Mario.
No, I think you've added enough categories. You've added enough categories there. We're not really missing categories. There's quite enough, I would say. I would think.
Okay, so shall we get on with best gig?
Yes.
Yep. I'm just scrolling through what we've done.
Can you refresh our memories?
Right. So it's looking like the first one was the quartet in January, and then Harry Weir, Stu Brown. Actually, Stu Brown would certainly be in the running for me. I thought that was amazing. I absolutely loved that one.
Had a strong crustacean-based element.
And was that where that happened? So
Yes.
it could be, it could be a two-bagger, that one. It could be a two-bagger. John Green we had in March there. Laura McDonald did one. I don't think I was on that one. Oh, we did a Miles Davis tribute. Tango night. That was good.
Yeah.
The Threadgill, again, that would be in the running for me. It was just such a unique experience that it was amazing, and music that I never really come across. So that would definitely win. Rachel Dunn's was
Anoushka
one.
Nanguy was great.
Michelle
Willis
tribute. Wayne Shorter tribute. Kevin McKenzie.
Yeah, Michelle was good.
Oh yes. I think that's
Don Patterson.
Yeah, Timmy. Sorry, Timmy
Allen.
That was great. Yeah, I think.
And then David.
Alan Benzie and Elliot.
And Hafter.
And then there was Hafter. And
Yeah.
then Dave Mulligan.
Yeah, that was
Too
great.
many.
Last week, that was lovely.
Dave Mulligan was
many.
very, very good. Wasn't
So-
live stream though.
I think for me, the Stu Brown one would be the one for me.
Graeme?
Ooh, tough. I would say Henry Threadgill one.
Tom?
I'm gonna go Threadgill.
Oh.
obviously I had a large stake in that and fries, and but I also felt that the Fab Four, and by Fab Four I mean you three, stepped up and on the gig, and I was proud of you. I felt you came to play, you came to combat with all of your weapons. I'm trying to put into words how I felt. I felt that you all kind of stood up, and yeah. So I loved the rest of the band, like Chung and Robert and Nushi.
And Nushi, yeah, totally.
It was just, yeah. I mean, so that's my vote is for that.
Okay. Well, I'd be happy to go with that. That or Stew would be. They were my two
Well, Mario still has to
I'd be
vote.
happy to go with that. Then.
Yeah.
Are you speaking as if Mario doesn't get a vote there, Marty?
I'm
No,
not.
this is not.
No. But my initial choice was Stew, was the Stew Brown one. But but I'd be happy to go with Threadgill if that's the.
This is like the Eurovision Song Contest. You know, you've already made your vote.
Oh, okay.
And if you start changing your vote, obviously, I put quite a lot of passion in, and I know that's swayed you, and it's sort of. But you've already made your vote. I don't think you can change your vote at this point.
Okay.
You can't go, you know, Norway 0 point and then change your mind after your vote.
Well, no, I'm not saying. I'm just saying if it ended up that the majority went for that one and that was the winner, I would be happy with that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So if Mario goes with that, then it's three of us going for
You might go to Stu Brown, and then we're in a tie-break situation.
Yes, I'm thinking that I don't want to make any process any more difficult than it has to be, and both gigs were really amazing, and I do concur with the fact that the band was really cool, and you did have I would say more than a steak and fries. I think you had the entire barbecue on that gig. But you pulled off admirably, and you poured your heart and soul into that, and it paid off. Even though if it generated quite a few interesting comments from the audience, from the online audience.
Did it?
But yeah, it did, didn't it?
No. Well,
Was it the Stu Brown gig that generated the
Stu Brown? The Stu Brown gig coincided with us running a Facebook ad, which meant that there were some elements of the Stu Brown gig that was promoted across Facebook, and therefore it got middle-aged men called Dave slagging it off. But I don't think that was anything to do with Stu Brown's gig or the music. It was to do with the fact that an algorithm was pushing, more experimental music at middle-aged men called Dave.
Yes, Dave. But I do think that Dave actually made a comment regarding the Threadgill gig as well.
I don't recall that, but
in any case, I think that both gigs were memorable, as Martin said, and the Threadgill, just by the sheer endeavor and size of it, and also being a double drumming thing, probably takes the pineapple for me.
So if the two top gigs of the year were both double drum gigs, should we have two drums on every gig?
No, thank you. That is enough.
What about a two bass gig?
No.
That'd be fine.
Yeah.
You okay with that?
Really?
We had two guitars, we had two saxophones, we had two drums. Why not have two basses?
Okay, the door is now open.
Yeah, door's always open. Always being open.
Right, so we've got a decision. I think we've got a decision there. I'll add some music in here. Like a sort of kind of music. Maybe you could compose it, Graeme.